He recalled the moment with chilling clarity. "No, I'm serious," he insisted, his voice tinged with an undeniable gravity. "I've seen that look before, the one that screams intent to kill. She wants you dead." His experience in law enforcement had never brought him across someone as cold as her. She was a master manipulator, twisting her mind games around him, ensnaring him in a web of deceit. The day they informed Ramon he had to lie in a ditch, camouflaged with makeup, disbelief etched across his face. "Right here," he would say, his voice echoing the haunting memory. It was like walking on his own grave. Once, love had bound them together, but now, in a twisted turn of fate, he was staging his own death to lead to her arrest. Ramon Sosa had an extraordinary tale to tell. He faked his own death because his wife sought to end his life. Their meeting back in 2007 seemed like a story of hope and new beginnings. Lulu, a mother of two, had escaped an abusive past, seeking a better life. Her beauty and graceful dance had captivated him, despite the painful memory of her high heels crushing his toe. In hindsight, he could see the red flags, but at that moment, he was lost in her allure. Their wedding was modest, marked by a haunting comment from her mother who whispered in his ear, "Now she's your trouble," before walking away. He remembered the gym they ran together, Woodlands boxing and fitness. Initially, she was a pillar of support, managing the gym efficiently. But as their financial success grew, so did her independence. Her legal status in America, initially precarious, had solidified, and Ramon sensed a shift. She no longer seemed to need him. The marriage spiraled downwards, leaving divorce as the only viable option. One evening, a young man named Mundo overheard a conversation that would change everything. Lulu was discussing with her daughter, in Ramon's office, about a man at the gym with connections in Mexico, known for violent deeds. Lulu's interest was piqued. Mundo saw an opportunity and approached Ramon the next day. His casual tone belied the gravity of his words. "Hey, Pops," he began, using his familiar nickname for Ramon. "This lady, she wants to kill you." Ramon was incredulous, unable to fathom the reality of his situation. His own wife, Lulu, plotting his demise. The revelation hit him like a ton of bricks. "She wants to kill you," Mundo had said, and Ramon had to digest this chilling truth. The sheer terror of returning home to face Lulu, armed with the knowledge of her deadly intentions, was overwhelming. Their plan was to gather enough evidence to take to the police, setting the wheels of justice in motion. Lieutenant Mike Atkins, instrumental in unraveling the murder-for-hire plot against Ramon, recalled his first meeting with him. Ramon's genuine demeanor and palpable concern made it clear he needed help. It was their duty to listen and determine the best course of action. Mundo, the man who had stumbled upon Lulu's sinister plot, had cleverly inserted himself into the conversation at the gym to gather intelligence. The breakthrough came with a phone leak that exposed Lulu's true intentions. In a damning conversation with Mundo, she unambiguously expressed her desire for Ramon's death, agreeing to pay after the deed was done. The plot thickened when Lulu met with the supposed hitman in a local liquor store parking lot. The man they had found for this sting operation was the epitome of what one would imagine a hitman to be. It was crucial to establish beyond doubt that Lulu wanted Ramon dead, not just harmed or intimidated. She even offered Ramon's own jewelry as a down payment for his murder, a chilling testament to her resolve. The plan evolved to showing Lulu doctored photos of Ramon appearing dead to gauge her reaction. The investigators were concerned about the jury's potential sympathy for her. Given her appearance as a beautiful mother and local business owner, they needed indisputable evidence, a slam dunk case. Ramon remembered the selection of the photo used to fake his death. Among various images of deceased individuals, they chose one with a bullet wound to the head. This morbid decision marked a turning point in their plan. He then spoke of the gravesite, a haunting reminder of his brush with death. The grave, though now overgrown with weeds, still bore the marks of where it had been dug. Returning to that spot brought a flood of harrowing memories, a stark reminder of the plot that had nearly ended his life. Visiting his own mock gravesite, Ramon felt a deep sense of melancholy. He vividly recalled being driven to the secluded dump yard, obscured in the back of a blacked-out SUV. The makeup artist had meticulously crafted his appearance to resemble a corpse, his hands bound behind him, his body dusted with dirt. The only sound breaking the eerie silence was the clicking of the camera, capturing images that would soon play a pivotal role in the investigation. The plot hinged on Lulu's reaction to these photos. The moment of truth came when she was shown the image of Ramon, seemingly lifeless. Her reaction was cold and callous. She laughed and celebrated as if she had won a fortune, a reaction that stunned and pained Ramon deeply. Despite his heartbreak, a part of him had still hoped she wouldn't be capable of such cruelty. The investigators then set up a ruse. They equipped themselves with hidden cameras and approached Lulu at the gym, under the pretense of investigating a missing person. Her response was a calculated act of innocence. She feigned ignorance about Ramon's whereabouts, providing the final piece of evidence they needed. When the time came to arrest her, Lulu was bewildered. As the officers informed her of the warrant and her arrest, she reacted with disbelief and confusion. Choosing to avoid a trial in light of the overwhelming evidence against her, Lulu accepted a 20-year plea deal from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. If she had gone to trial, she likely faced a life sentence. The day of her sentencing was marked by media attention and a crowded courthouse. In a moment of profound catharsis, Ramon forgave her. This act of forgiveness was his way of releasing the immense pressure and moving on from this harrowing chapter of his life. As he walked away, Lulu never once met his gaze. Ramon acknowledged that he owed his life to Mundo's brave decision to intervene. His gratitude towards Mundo was immeasurable. Lieutenant Mike Atkins reflected on the case, hoping never to encounter another murder-for-hire plot, but feeling prepared should the need arise.